We are very lucky to be in our position and be able to draw on such a large, wonderful, rich design history. To understand the future of design, we must understand the past. This class will review long-lasting style movements of the 20th and 21st century that helped to shape the graphic design industry today. Style and art movements happen rarely, sometimes just once in a generation, and they depend heavily on events occurring in global politics, culture, and history. They are broad, sweeping changes in how artists and designers view and interact with the world around them. Some movements, like Art Deco, which was popular in the 1920s and 1930s, are still relevant today in design. You can see how all of these style eras have influenced the diversity of current-day design aesthetics. You will notice that each new art or style movement builds on the next. When a particular design style starts to become stale or oversaturated in a culture, there tends to be a shift toward an opposing style. Think about the styling of cars in the last 50 years. In the 1950s and 60s, you'll notice cars had very large fins and really smooth, rounded body styles. After a few decades of saturation and overuse, something new and different was desired. That's when the more boxy styling of the 1980s came around. Then slowly past the 1990s and into the mid-2010s, we noticed cars getting more round and curvy again. Also, the same phenomenon happens with fashion. Once it was mom jeans back in the 1980s, then light-colored torn jeans in the 1990s, to then in the 2000s shift right back to the darker straight-legged pants that were popular in the 1950s. To then now, well, we're back to mom jeans. The lighter bleached colors of the 1980s are in. The pendulum continues to swing back and forth, not only in the styling of cars, but the styling of just about everything. When something becomes ordinary, we look for direction on what can we do to now make it something extraordinary. In graphic design history, we see the same pendulum swinging every decade or two throughout the last 100 years. You'll notice as I walk through these 7 different larger style movements that one movement counters the next, and they slowly build on each other like a multi-leveled building, allowing all the styles of the past to influence the latest movements. I would like to start off in the late 1800s for our first style movement, and we'll end up talking about the more recent history of graphic design and events that helped shape our industry now and beyond. So, I'll see you in the next lesson.